cast your mind back to 1970 and the American movement of sort of modern drama that was sort of in its infancy in some ways. Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf had been written 5 years before, dealing with couples and their feelings and their relationships. So this was a forerunner to a lot of the plays that came after in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So I think contextually it's a very important piece that possibly or probably inspired many others of the perhaps more well-known pieces that we've come to know today.
Because this play is so accurate in terms of the dynamic that's happening there, and that is somewhat shocking to some audiences today, I just think it's able to actually remind us of something that sometimes we take for granted. That's all. I have to think that that's what makes it a great play, because it still percolates on levels today that we hadn't quite anticipated, you know.
I've really enjoyed coming to work every day. Even if I'm really tired, I come in here and I feel really happy and really grateful and pleased to be doing it. I think the play is really challenging and exciting to do every night. It's different all the time. And we have been really lucky. We are very close as a company, and I think that's going to really stand us well in going on tour and everything.
I suspect it will be the beginning of the second act with the other three in the party scene, which I love because I think there is nothing better than being with a group of actors in such a fun scene, which it is, and loving them as actors and loving them as characters. And I don't have a very specific memory just now, but I'm sure I'll find one, but it will be too late to tell you.
I will say, there's a part when I do a kind of a intentionally bad German accent and sometimes a dance, whatever so inspires, and there's somebody who sits right near me. There's always somebody right there, and those have been some of my favorite moments. And also when I sit in the chair while my wife is off talking to a pot roast and just look with the person next to me smoking a cigarette and just look at them, and if I'm sitting next to frequently, if I'm sitting next to a man, he knows exactly of what I raise my eyebrow about, and sometimes even if I'm sitting next to a woman. There was a little old lady here in Matinee. She was probably like in her mid-80s at least, and I swear she sort of looked, she could easily have been an impersonator for Queen Elizabeth, but older. And I have no idea how old she is. Anyway, and when I turned to her to acknowledge that what I had said was going to happen, happened. And that I was right next to her and I was living and breathing and unfortunately smoking. She just sort of she like turned into this little girl, like she was in on a dirty secret. Or not dirty, but you know, like a naughty secret. Those things are they're so delicious to me. I love it.